That's right!
Welcome to The Now, I'm Ashley Jenkins.
I'm Gus Sorola.
Welcome back from the weekend. Holy Comic-Con, Newsfest, Batman. SDCC 2016 did not disappoint the weekend, giving us tons of new trailers, reveals, and in the case of one cinematic universe, fun. Imagine that.
Wow. We're breaking down everything we learned about the upcoming Justice League and Avengers movies, plus all the other cool stuff we heard about, including a panel from Hideo Kojima about his new game.
But first up, DC and Warner Brothers may have made the biggest splash at SDCC thanks to the back-to-back debuts of trailers for both Wonder Woman and Justice League.
Those trailers hit at DC's panel on Saturday, giving us our first glimpses of each film. The biggest conversation after the Justice League trailer hit was, of course, the teaser's strikingly different tone from Batman vs. Superman, which was basically just grimdark to the max.
Yeah, according to the synopsis and as evidenced by the footage, Justice League focuses on Batman enlisting a team of heroes inspired by Superman's selfless nature. Much of the trailer shows him recruiting both Aquaman, played by Khal Drogo himself, and The Flash.
It's clear DC is going for a totally new vibe here, which means they're listening to fans and critics, many of whom felt the initial movies have been a bit too heavy with their characters and tone.
After that reveal came the first ever Wonder Woman trailer, which takes the comic book goodness back to World War I. The trailer features Chris Pine's character washing ashore in Themyscira and Wonder Woman beating the hell out of a ton of soldiers, which is really what that's all about, right?
Yeah. Justice League drops in November 2017 with Wonder Woman coming out summer 2017. We also got official confirmation that Ben Affleck will be directing the new solo Batflick.
No release date on that one just yet, but its logo was sandwiched right between The Flash, which we know will be in 2018, and Cyborg, which is confirmed for 2020, since they're doing the whole backwards thing from how Marvel did it with introducing their heroes and then doing a team up.
Yeah, Marvel, it worked so well for them. Why copy that?
Right. Do it backwards.
Do it the other way. So probably 2019, just a wild guess, although that's the same year as Justice League Part 2, so who knows?
Just superhero every month. The hits at Hall H just kept coming from DC Films, who followed those trailers up with another one from Suicide Squad, and then a brand new trailer for Lego Batman featuring Michael Cera as Robin.
Things weren't quite as crazy on the Marvel side of the show. The studio mostly focused on behind closed doors sizzle reels of movies that they're still in the very early stages, so none of their footage is publicly viewable online.
Which isn't that surprising to me, considering that Marvel almost didn't show up at Comic-Con, and then it was like a last minute thing. They're like, okay, I guess we'll come after all. So they weren't ready to bring the trailers. But that didn't stop them from treating fans to lots of news about upcoming projects. One of the biggest footage dumps came from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. The main scene showed off at Comic-Con featured Rocket, Yondu, and Baby Groot, who rides on Rocket's shoulder now, it's super cute, trying to escape captivity from a group of Ravagers.
Next up came a sizzle reel that gave a few details about what we can expect from the film's plot, namely that the movie follows just a few short months after the first film and features the Guardians working together more as a team and taking on new jobs.
The new footage also gave confirmation that Kurt Russell is indeed playing Star-Lord's father in the movie, only he's not Starhawk, as many people previously speculated, us included. He's actually playing Ego, the living planet.
And no, that's not just a name. In the comics, the dude is just straight up planet.
Who somehow made a kid.
Ego's faced off against Thor and the Hulk on a number of occasions, mostly because he's into devouring other planets to keep himself alive.
As you do. I devour other humans to stay alive. The movie version of Ego took the form of a human just before meeting Peter Quill's mom.
Of course, that's what planets do. They change into humans to...
And then they meet mom's own. Look, Greek gods did it all the time. They'd be like, I'm a bull, let's bang.
Yeah.
And that worked out somehow.
I guess so. That was always great. There were never any consequences from those.
Never.
The new footage also showed off one of the antagonists of the film, Aisha, who's got a ton of other names in the comics. Director James Gunn describes her as the golden high priestess of a genetically perfect people called the Sovereign. She's not a woman to be screwed with. She and her entire world are extraordinarily deadly.
As you'd expect from someone who's genetically perfect. The Thor Ragnarok panel served up some details as well about Marvel's upcoming solo Thor flick, but not nearly as much as they shelled out for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
That panel included another sizzle reel of various shots, including a new short-haired Thor, plus confirmation that Loki will be in the new film as well, as if that was ever in doubt.
I mean, he kind of has to be, right? He's family. They also showed work-in-progress animations of Hulk in arena battle gear, plus Hulk and Thor fighting in gladiatorial combat against each other.
The whole thing ended with the reveal of Surtur, a 1,000-foot tall fiery demon. Comic fans will know that Surtur is an ancient being defeated by Odin, but later released by Loki in the events leading up to Ragnarok, the destruction of the Norse gods.
However, one of the biggest surprises from Marvel's camp was footage from Spider-Man Homecoming, which has only been shooting for a couple of weeks at this point.
Because of that, we likely won't be seeing it online anytime soon, but from the sound of it, it basically is a high school movie through and through.
As you'd expect from a high school kid. Although, he was the high point of the Captain America film. I loved him. I was not expecting that. I was expecting to hate every minute. Stole the show.
The footage was mostly about high school problems and centered around Parker trying to balance his life as Spider-Man and being the nerdy kid at school. I can relate.
Yeah. Lastly, the footage confirmed that Vulture is indeed the movie's villain. Since Michael Keaton has been cast in the villain role, we can only assume he's going to be Birdman for real now, which is a little bit weird, but he's got the chops for it.
Yes. It's going to be one take.
One take.
Long take. In other Marvel news, we also got a confirmation after months of rumors that Brie Larson will be joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe as none other than Captain Marvel.
Yeah, there was also a Doctor Strange. That's really no surprise. We've kind of known that for months now. This is just a final confirmation.
It's for real now.
Right, yeah.
She put the promise ring on.
Before it was real, now it's real.
Yeah.
There was also a Doctor Strange trailer doing its best Inception impression and confirmation that Michael B. Jordan will be playing Black Panther nemesis Eric Killmonger in Black Panther's solo movie.
Those were the big comic book headlines out of Comic-Con from the weekend, but there were plenty of other things for geeks to get pumped about as well. Muggles or No Mages will no doubt be excited about the new Fantastic Beasts trailer.
Yeah, No Mages, if you're not all caught up, is what Americans apparently call the Muggles. I just like Muggles, so I'm gonna be British now. We also got the first reveal of Star Trek Discovery, the new TV series, which is confirmed to take place in the Prime universe.
We even got some video game announcements as Sega unveiled a couple of new Sonic games. First up was Sonic Mania, which is basically a return to old school Sonic games.
Thank God.
Plus Sonic Project 2017, a game that basically looks like Sonic Generations 2, although the company has explicitly said this is not a sequel.
Maybe it's a requel. We like those now. The video game news rounded out with Hideo Kojima, who held a panel of his own at the show. Prior to the event, Kojima himself teased that there'd be some type of cool new trailer at the panel, which just turned out to be a logo movie for the studio, not for the new game.
Normally I'd ask who gives their studio a trailer, but
Kojima
you do you,
does.
Kojima. Go for it, man. Awesome. I loved it. It was awesome.
The trailer wasn't anything fancy. It just showed the mascot of Kojima Productions, Ludens, doing some spacewalking before planting a flag in the dirt.
Since this is Kojima we're talking about, fans are already speculating about what the trailer could mean and if there's any connection to his new game, Death Stranding.
Kojima insists there's no connection to the game, but again, this is Kojima, so nobody really trusts him on that point. He loves to hide stuff. He also announced that Ludens will have action figures, so who even knows?
That just about caps off our roundup of everything big you missed from Comic-Con 2016, and that's not even getting into some of the TV side of things, like the new X-Men show Legion, Netflix's Defenders, Ghost Rider and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and Flashpoint storyline coming to Flash Season 3.
Lots of TV stuff. So no matter whose side you're on, it's a really good time to be a fan of comic book characters on screen. So let's just enjoy this until it jumps the shark and everyone gets tired of it.
What do you guys think? Who had the best showing at San Diego Comic-Con? Let us know in the comments.
And for future updates on all comic book movies, like this video and subscribe to The Know. We did it! That's the beginning of Monday. Nailed it!
There's too much comic stuff now.
Too much comic book stuff, you think so?
I can't keep up.
Saturation?
Yeah, it's like, fuck, I've got a million goddamn fucking things I need to watch.